When you guys enter, if you could please put a comment down below so I know that you're here. Hello, how are you? Hi, Kim. Thank you for joining the live. We're going to wait a few minutes for some other people. Hi, Claire. How are you? Hi, Kim. All things considering you're here, that's good. I'm doing well. How are you? Hi, Emily. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Monday. Hi, Janetta. Hi, Janine. Hi, R. Rabondo. Hi, Tina. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm not going to look at the chat because I'm going to scroll. We're going to do no contact in separation. We're going to see what your person's feelings, intentions, next actions are. Keep in mind, it's general collective. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Hi, Linda. Hi, Suzanne. And then at the end, we'll do the bonus, ask a question, get an answer. If you guys have questions in the chat. I am on a very tight schedule today, so I'll try to get through this as efficiently as possible. Thank you for following me, Linda. All right, thank you. I appreciate the super chat. I'm going to go ahead and flip back over. We're just going to do traditional Aries through Pisces. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Aries. If you're coming in after the live, welcome. I will put the timestamps after the live is over if you're coming in after. All right, let's go ahead and start with Aries. If you're in no contact in separation with your person, what are their feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions? All right, Aries, it looks like your person is feeling like, you know what, they probably just need to become more stable within their life. And they feel like maybe the two of you just are not the same type, that you want different things. You have different things in life that you're wanting to pursue. You know, their intentions is they feel like the situation comes down to is they have somebody else they've been talking to and they want to know, do you already have somebody else? You make this person very nervous because they don't want to tell you that. All right, well, let's find out with the tarot. Are they going to actually try to come back even though they're working on just moving on? Are they going to attempt to come back to Aries at this time? No, they're caught up in their head. They just really don't want to be honest with you that the two of you are just not each other's type. They're going to keep their options open with that Seven of Cups. All right, well, let's get you some advice, Aries. What is going to be the best piece of advice for those with Aries placement at this time? Look at going in a new direction, and this is a fresh opportunity for you to seek something or someone else. All right, let's move on to Taurus. No contact in separation, Taurus. What is your person's feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions, Taurus? I'm hearing wild and free. So this person may have dreams of just being wild and free. They do know that they owe you a confession as to why. Did this person ghost you and they never gave you an explanation? They're a little bit angry at themselves that they did this, but they feel like even if they came back, you would probably give them no more chances anyway. So right now, they're considering all of their options and not acting. Clarify Taurus's person's energy. Why do they feel like there's no more chances? Okay, so they know that you're somebody who's very strong and very confident that you know your value and your worth. You were maybe patiently waiting for this person to do something and they're not going to. So I don't see that they're going to come back because they know they're going to have to confess or apologize and they're acting unbothered at this time. All right, well, let's get some advice for Taurus at this time. What's the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Taurus? This person might be just toxic. You may have to accept that maybe they're just negative and they may be actually blocking certain things that are meant to come into alignment for you. You're needing to get into your feminine energy. So be more receptive to receive and not be in the energy of doing. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini. All right, no contact and separation. What is Gemini's person's feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions or moves towards Gemini? If you're coming in, welcome. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm on a limited time. So I want to go ahead and get through this so we can do your ask a question, get an answer bonuses at the end. Gemini, this person is trying to ignore you because they know they gave you a lot of mixed signals and they're releasing the situation. Their intention is to continue to stay in no contact. They're trying to go towards a new love, but they've stubbornly not been able to find anybody that's available to them. Okay, well, why is this person releasing you? Why are they giving you mixed signals? Why did they do this to Gemini? Why did they do this? This person got caught up in their head about the situation with the two of you. They maybe met you at work. They're really more focused on somebody who maybe has more money to give them. They don't want to spend any money. Okay, give me one more. Yeah, they're looking for somebody else that can also take care of them. If there is somebody who is doesn't have their own home, they're looking for somebody that they can actually move into. This sounds like a moocher. Yeah, they're seeking something else. Okay, well, let's get you some advice, Gemini. What is going to be the best piece of advice for those with Gemini placement? You're being guided to learn the wisdom of this experience, that this was not something that maybe you even felt like this person was not popular, that maybe a lot of people didn't choose this person. There's a reason why. You're going to take steps forward to realize it. And then you're going to find out and be more compassionate to realize that this person obviously has hurt and pain if they're acting that way, if they're just looking for a step up or a place to live. All right, Cancer. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. Cancer, no contact in separation. What is your person's feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions? This person feels like they can't make you happy. They have a lot of regrets. They feel helpless over the situation. They know that you deserve what the truth is, but they don't want to tell you what the truth is. They're parting ways with you because they truly believe that you are somebody more valuable than them. Okay. Cancer, let's clarify. Why does this person feel that you are more valuable than they are? They feel helpless. Okay, so this person doesn't really have much to offer you. They're in a night energy. You could be somebody who is in a higher status. Yeah, look at that. You got the star. So you're maybe at the top of your career, the top of your schooling, the top of your class. You have a lot going for you. This person does not. They maybe have plans. I'm hearing all words, no action. So this person may have a lot of plans to elevate their life, but they're just not. And that is the reason why this person is learning the lesson that they're kind of helpless by them not stepping out of their comfort zone. That's why they're not stepping towards you with any type of commitment. They don't feel like they can create anything with you because they don't have anything to offer you. Okay. So part of the lesson this person might have learned from you, Cancer, is how to recognize that they're not at the status where they should be in their life. All right, let's get you some advice, Cancer. What is the best piece of advice? Unveil what the truth is. You're going to see things truly for what they are. If you look at not just monetary status, but emotional status, emotional maturity, if you look at your spirituality, if you look at this person and you look at your life, you will be able to see the true reason that this person isn't at the same vibrational match as you in any means or fashion. All right, Leo, no contact in separation, Leo. If you're just joining the chat, I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm on limited time. So I'm going to go ahead and get through these, and then we'll do ask a question and get an answer at the end. All right, Leo, no contact in separation. What's going on? Looks like your person feels like they're surrendering, that this just can't work at this time. They are wounded. Their intentions is they're a little bit overwhelmed because they need to love themselves and they're not. Their actions is they're going to give you the silent treatment and they're going to release this, but then they're going to go party and have fun. Okay, well, let's figure out, why is this person not wanting to work on these wounds they have to be able to be with the Leo? Why are they not doing the self-love? They're a little bit immature, irresponsible. They could be somebody who's a little bit flighty also. Yeah, they like recognition, but they don't really want to do the work. So this is somebody who doesn't want to tell you the truth either. Okay. Well, yeah, we got the 5 of Cups. They don't want to tell you that they have hurt and wounds in their past. All right. Well, let's get you some advice, Leo. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for those with Leo placement? What is the advice for Leos? Assassin, someone or something is in the shadows. So this person may come with a lot of negative energy. You may need to completely protect yourself, or you're being divinely protected from this person. All right, Virgo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, make sure you guys check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. All right, Virgo, no contact. Let's take a look and see what's your person's feelings. What are their intentions? What are their next actions for Virgo placement? Your person wants you to be patient with them. They have something important they're working on. Their intentions is they're trying to create a happy place with their money. Their money is not doing the best. Their actions is they are going to come back. They know they're kind of foolish for disrespecting you, not telling you what they're going through, but they are going to eventually open up to you, Virgo. So let's take a look here. Why is this person just not telling Virgo the truth now? Why are they being quiet, or why are they needing to be in separation? King of Swords, 3 of Cups. There could be third party. There could be friends that maybe they allowed boundaries to be crossed in the situation. Ace of Pentacles. They are going to come back at some point, but right now it looks like this person needs to work on getting their money back. Maybe they lended money to their friend and they didn't want you to know, or they allowed their friend to stay in their place. They didn't want you to know. There's definitely an energy here that boundaries had been crossed at some point and it impacted their money. But they are taking an opportunity to come back at some point. All right, well, let's get some advice for Virgo. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What is going to be the guidance for those with Virgo placement? What's the advice? Flexibility. You might need to be flexible in the situation to hear this person out when they return. Libra. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. All right, Libra, no contact in separation. What's going on with your person? What's their feelings, intentions, next actions for Libra? Libra. They do have resentment towards you, but they do want to have a conversation. They are invested. Their intentions is they want to talk about this resentment. They do miss you. They want to take a chance, but there's something about their reputation. They need to protect it, is why they're in silence with you. What's going on with this? All right, Libra, why is this person wearing a mask about why they're trying to protect their reputation? What is this? The Tower, the Chariot, 7 of Wands. They are defensive over their reputation. Give me one more. The 9 of Cups in reverse. So you maybe had said something to this person and they're a little bit resentful that you said that about them because it could tarnish or taint their reputation. And that's why they've pulled back. They are going to come back towards you. They do want to be happy, but they're going to say, you know what, you were wrong because you could have sabotaged, or you did sabotage my reputation. 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're going to let you know about the hurt and the disappointment. I see they're still holding on to you, but they're still going to hold this grudge also when they come back. Okay. Yay. Let's get you some advice, Libra. All right, what's going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for those with Libra placements? What is it they need to know, they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? You're being guided by the wisdom you learned from this experience. You're going to know that even though it may not be a popular opinion for you to have said something about this person's reputation, it may have been the truth. You're learning something from this experience. You're getting wisdom from this experience and this conversation with this person. Scorpio, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. Let me switch this over. Welcome into the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'll look at it as soon as I get done with all signs because of my limited time. Scorpio, no contact and separation with you and your person. What's their feelings, intentions, next actions? They're feeling hopeful that what they once thought was a red flag, they're looking at from a different perspective, and they're releasing fears and worries of what they thought was a red flag, and everything's going to be okay. They're going to make the change up, and they're going to tell you why they secretly held back from you. They're going to be honest, and they're going to say, you know what? I thought what you said, what you did was a red flag, but then I thought about it, and I was kind of worried for no reason. Okay. We got the Empress coming out. The Queen of Pentacles, two different people here, and the Hangman. So they maybe had a conversation with their mom, their sister, their aunt, a divine feminine energy that said, you know what, you need to look at this from a different perspective. You know, sometimes when you look at something just in that moment, you think it's one way, but then you take time to talk to someone else and they help you see it differently. That's what's happening with this person, is they're talking to someone else that's giving them advice, and they're looking at it from a different perspective. And then when they do, it does look like they do restore hope and optimism, and they're going to come in with that truth, with that justice. They're going to come in and say, you know what? I should have been a little bit more compassionate to see things from your perspective. They didn't at the time. They just thought it was a red flag. All right. Well, let's get you some advice, Scorpio. All right. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Scorpio at this time? Spend some time in solitude to really process what you now understand of what they thought was a red flag. Was it really a red flag? Was it something that you need to address? There's something about whether you want this relationship to come back around or this person to come back around. Explore in solitude and trust yourself in silence to confront, is it a red flag or is it not? If it is, it might be something you have to work on independently within yourself. If it's not, don't worry about it. Sagittarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. All right, Sagittarius, no contact in separation. What's your person's feelings, intentions, and next action? Sagittarius, no contact. They're feeling like they're going back and forth. One minute they want to talk to you, the next minute they don't. Their intentions right now is to figure out what they should do. They're not sure. They kind of want to fix things, but they want to fix things because they miss you, but they're aware that you're not willing to change or transform in the situation. Okay, so what are you not willing to change here, Sagittarius? Because they can't handle something about you that you're not willing to change, and that's why they went silent. What is this? The Empress. The Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords. Did you lie to them about somebody? You slept with someone else, or you spend time with, somebody maybe you have a child with? This person is, give me one more. The Star. Yeah, they want to come back. They want to restore faith in here, but here's the problem is they feel like you're not being honest about something. Did you sleep with your ex, or do you have passion and chemistry still for your ex and they called you out on it and you lied? This person feels like they are aware you're not going to change something. They may think that you're not over your ex and that you're lying about it. They do want to come back. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to come in, but they're very much aware that you maybe are not making a change. Maybe you talk to your ex all the time. They don't like that. All right. Well, let's get some advice. What is going to be the best piece of advice for Sagittarius? What is it they need to know? What do they need to hear, Sagittarius? You might have to be flexible, Sagittarius. If you are in the wrong and you maybe talk to your ex too much and you communicate too much, you may have to be flexible to see things from your person's perspective. All right, Capricorn. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. Capricorn, no contact. What's going on with you and your person? What is your person's feelings, intentions, and next actions, Capricorn? Your person feels like they kept their options open, and because of that, they probably do need some type of rehabilitation. Their intentions is they lack stability and security, so they like to play a lot of games. And their actions is they're taking a break from you because during dark times where they pull back from you, they like to go ahead and pursue other options. Yeah. This is somebody who ego likes to be fed by I'm hearing feed the beast. So they may like to have multiple options. There's the Tower. It may surprise you to find out that this person is a great wordsmith. They say a lot of nice things, but they are coming up with empty promises. Yeah. I do see that this person has a lot of fears and insecurities when it comes to commitment or even being committed to one person. So even if they do decide to return at some point, I do not see them committing. So if you're looking for commitment, you are not going to be happy with them returning. But it looks like for right now, they're taking a break because they're pursuing other options. Okay, well, let's get you some advice. All right, when it comes to the situation for Capricorn placements, what's the best piece of advice? What is the guidance that they need to know? What do they need to hear? Capricorn. Self-care. Focus on loving you. Focus on doing things that make you happy. What can you do to pour into yourself and spend some time playing and maybe clearing out your energy? You know, maybe go get a massage, go for a walk, go spend some time in nature, but figure out what's going to make you happy and go do that. Self-care is definitely something that's needed. Aquarius, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. There could be a 30-year age difference between you and your person, Aquarius. All right. No contact and separation with Aquarius and their person. What is going on? What's their feelings? What's their intentions? What's their next actions, Aquarius? They're feeling like they did blindside you by going silent and going no contact, but it's hard for this person to open up. Their intentions at this time is they're patiently waiting. They're a little bit nervous because they want to cry. They want to tell you that there's something that they're fearing, but they have messages that they've prepared, but they haven't hit send. Okay, what is going on with this person? They're scared of being vulnerable because they're afraid you're going to reject them. Okay, what is this? If this is masculine energy, this is somebody who doesn't want to show their vulnerable side. They're a fear that you may think less of them. Yeah, they're afraid that you will not see them as a stable, reliable person if they're vulnerable with you. This is somebody who is in introspection right now. What's going on with them? They could be having issues with their family. They could be having issues with, you know, if they have a co-parenting dynamic, a female friend, a sister, a cousin. This is somebody who they want to make a plan to come back towards you, but I don't see they're strong enough to do that because they're fearing rejection. So they're putting up their sword, the King of Swords. They're putting up a boundary in place. They want to be able to cry to you, but they don't want to be seen. It's kind of like an energy of, you'll think less of me if you see me cry, or you'll think that I'm not as masculine if I cry. Yeah. They don't want to give you the true side of them. That's sad. I feel bad for this person. Okay, well, let's get some advice for Aquarius. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Aquarius placements at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? Aim for higher. Okay, so, this person is obviously not emotionally available for you. Maybe that is a part of the needs that you have. So it's fair to say at this time, maybe aim higher for somebody who is going to be able to be vulnerable and open with you. All right, Pisces. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. All right, Pisces. No contact in separation. What's your person's feelings, intentions, next action? Pisces. They're feeling cautious right now because you said something about maybe something you want or desire in a person, and this person's not able to change that about themselves. So they pull back because they're cautious, because their intentions is to listen to their intuition, and their intuition is telling them that they don't have that potential to change that. Okay, so right now with their actions, they're kind of suffering in silence because they thought that this was something that was going to work, but they are not wanting to change something. What is this thing that they're not wanting to change? What is this? It could be something from their past. If you said something like, I would never be with somebody who has slept with X number of people or over this number of people, or somebody who hasn't saved themselves for marriage, something with the intimacy factor, and you are not in that factor, it has something to do with that. Yeah, it looks like they're letting this go. They're moving on to find happiness elsewhere. Yeah, they're in solitude. Okay, well, let's get you a card of advice. All right, what is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Pisces placements? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? Pisces, what's your advice? Regain balance. Especially if you overgave in the situation, you may need to pull back and focus on yourself. You're going to be realizing the illumination of this. You may have neglected other areas of your life because maybe you overgave. So you might have to balance that out at this time. All right. Give me 1 second, and then we'll do ask a question, get an answer. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me go flip over to the chat. All right, let me see if I can scroll back up. If you came in after the live started, I will put the timestamps after the live, okay? All right. Pam, will you find love again? I see right now you're sacrificing a lot trying to find love, and you're needing to look at love a little bit differently and finding love. Love finds you, and I think your intuition knows that, but you're needing to spend some time with your community, friends, family, volunteering, and that is where your focus should be right now. And put your guard down. If you're very guarded when it comes to love, you're going to have to work on putting your guard down. Yes, I like to do ask a question, get an answer after the all signs. I think that works out nice. Only thing I ask in return is to like and comment the live stream. I would appreciate it. Let's exchange energies here. All right, Kendra, let's see. You're a Sag. He's a Leo. Can you see reconciliation? Kendra and their person. It looks like your person's kind of caught up in their head, Kendra, that they are kind of living their best life right now, being single and independent. So for right now, I don't see that reconciliation is in the current energy, Kendra. Susan, yep. Go ahead and scroll back up for the all signs. I already did that. I'll put the timestamps afterwards. Let's see. Suzanne, okay. Put your comments or your questions down below so I don't miss them. Charlie, you're a Pisces, and so is he. It's long distance. Will you ever meet? Is it worth the wait? Charlie and his Pisces person. You know, I don't see that it's going to work the way you expect it. I see the Three of Swords. You may end up, if you hold out too long, you may end up feeling hurt or disappointed. This is, I'm hearing easy come, easy go, Charlie. So this may be a situation where this comes in real quick, but it's going to leave just as quick. Kimberly, will your ex come back? Let's take a look here. Will Kimberly's ex come back? You know what? Your ex's intuition is telling him to return, but he is not. He's not listening to his intuition right now. So I see in the current energy, no. Let's see. Sorry, hold on here. Paula, will I win the process for my cousin? I don't do legal. Sorry, Paula. Okay, Kim, new here. Does my ex Tony Hay regret losing me? Does Tony regret losing Kim? You know, he still holds on hope that eventually in the future, the two of you can come back together. I don't see there's regret, but he does feel like you are somebody that is significant to him. With that Two of Cups, there's definitely a difference with you than other people. So he does look at maybe in the future, the two of you could come back together. Barb, will Randy and I ever be together? Will Randy and Barb ever be together? No, I see the Death card. It's come to an end at this point. Thank you, Pam. All right, Tomas, you're a Virgo having a hard time in the love department. Okay, what's the advice for Tomas in the love department right now? What is the advice? You're supposed to be single right now. There's something about this ending that has completely drained you that you haven't seen the illumination as to why. Once you get to a place of peace and you transition away from finally letting go of past experiences that didn't work, it's kind of like the boat releases from the harbor or the side, it starts to flow again. You're being bottlenecked right now because you're still holding on to something that was somewhat of a burden, somewhat of a disappointment that you had expectations from the past. When you release that, you're going to be able to see that your love life will transition a lot easier for you. Good luck to you. Stacy, what do I do with my boyfriend? I'm going to show you the card and you use your intuition, what you think you should do with that. Okay. Mark, is my mother of my children my soulmate, or should I walk away and let her back in our life? Mark. I see you're very guarded. You don't trust her. There's a lot of fears and insecurities. You know, I think that here's the thing is it looks like the two of you are going to have a cycle that comes to an end, but then I do see that you may end up coming back together later on. Why are they going to come back together? Because you both recognize that there is a strong bond ultimately. What needs to happen for them to come back together? You both are going to have to be able to let go of your egos, and you're going to have to persevere through and willingly put your egos to the side and maintain control that if you want this, you both have to be in the driver's seat of getting it. It can't be one person putting in, the other person not. If you both come to the table and see the differences and work through it, I do see that there is potential that not only coming back together under the same roof, but potentially even marriage if that's what you both decide. Hi, Darcy. Tiffany, I'm a Leo. He's a Cancer, not good right now. All right, Tiffany and her Cancer person. Tiffany and her Cancer person. One more. Tiffany. Your intuition is screaming that you need to clearly cut this out and that you are supposed to have a new beginning elsewhere. You've got the Ace of Swords and you've got the Ace of Wands. So you are ignoring your intuition. You're not listening to it. There's a lack of empathy and a lack of forgiveness of something that's transpired with you and this person. And I see you keep getting caught up in your head and holding on to it, but you haven't fully released it. And because of that, you're supposed to let this go. Yeah, there's a lot of instability or insecurity in the situation. You're not listening to your intuition. So sometimes what happens when you ignore your intuition, you stay in a situation, but then you end up being miserable. So I think your intuition's been guiding you know what to do, Tiffany. Good luck to you. T, will we get back together? Will T and their person get back together? You guys make sure you like and put a comment in the live, please. I would appreciate it. I don't think you want to get back together with this person right now. They're in deceptive energy. They're going through a master lesson of realizing do unto others as they do to you. There is judgment upon this person right now. So I think for right now, this person has hurt you immensely. I would focus on healing from that hurt. But I think for right now, you're not supposed to be in alignment with this person because they're learning a master lesson in their life. Let's see. Barb, will Randy and I ever be together? Will Barb and Randy ever be together? You know, I don't see that happening right now. There's a lack of passion. There's a lack of empathy. There's also a lack of patience that you were maybe blindsided that this person hurt you and this person is not taking the accountability. So I don't see that for right now. Joshua, will my ex Jasmine come back to me? Will Joshua's ex come back to him? One more. No, I think this person is missing out on the opportunity. Their ego's got the best of them. Their intuition is saying to stop being stubborn and come back and apologize. But I don't see that she's willing to do that at this time. Let's see. Angelica, are me and my boyfriend of 7 years going to get over this obstacle we're going through right now? Angelica and her boyfriend, are they going to get through this obstacle they're going through right now? One more. The problem that you have right now is this person cares more about their perspective than yours. And that is constantly keeping you guys in this cycle. So until your person realizes that they have to look at things from a different perspective, I see you're going to stay in the same cycle. So, okay. Paula, I don't do legal advice or answers. Jonetta, is he truly wanting reconciliation? Jonetta, is he truly wanting reconciliation with Jonetta? I'm hearing he thinks you're beefing. I don't know what that means. I see that he is going to come back, but he's not going to give you commitment if he comes back. He's going to be very guarded and very defensive. Why is he guarded and defensive? He has fears and insecurities that you're juggling him or that you will juggle him and not make him a priority. Is the relationship I'm on the right one? Jessica, is the relationship you're on right now the right one for Jessica? Is this the right relationship? Jessica. I think you confidently and you recognize that this is not. You are lying to yourself. There's a lot of uncertainty that you are telling yourself it's the right one, but it's not. You have a passion and desire for something else. It could be that you're holding, why are you holding on to this? You could be holding on to this because you may see this person as somebody you could be really good friends with, but relationship, it doesn't work. It's kind of like you're catching friend vibes, but not really romantic vibes. So I don't see that this is something that you are wanting to hold on to. All right. Dana, will Mitchell and I reconcile? Will Dana and Mitchell reconcile? Yes. No, Dana and Mitchell. Dana and Mitchell reconcile. You know, I see your person is going back and forth, back and forth. 1 minute they want to be single, the next minute they don't want to be single. They're still holding on to you, but they're also making you feel at a loss. So I don't think that this person is willing to make necessary changes to be in a relationship. So even if you do reconcile, they're not looking at things from a compassionate of your emotional needs being fulfilled. If they do come back, it may surprise you that you're going to feel like you're obsessively caught up in your head. You're going to feel like a victim of circumstance, like, oh, I took you back, but now you're not really making me feel happy, or you're not making me feel wanted and desired on the emotional front. So there's something lacking if you do go back to this person. Okay, let's move on. Thank you, Kim. Let's see. Hi, Rachel. Any good news for a Sag single? What might be coming for you when retrograde finalizes? Well, let's find out, Rachel. What's going on for Rachel singles? Okay, so I think you're going to go through a tower moment. Clearly, your money needs to be your focus, needs to be your drive. And when you get out of your head and you put your boundaries down, once you get your money in order, I do see that you'll realize some way that you're attempting to date or meet people isn't going to work. Why is it not working? Well, it looks like you may be, like, if you're only meeting people online, you're not putting yourself out there, you're blocking. There's somebody that wants to come through here in the near future, but you're at a loss because you're blocking it by your own wrongdoing. So sometime around May, I do see somebody who might be a little bit younger than you, might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're going to communicate with you out and about. That is going to break you out of your shell. That is where your love life is going to start picking up. That's when you're going to start being recognized. You're going to start feeling more confident. But it takes this fire energy from this other person after May to bring you out of your shell. That's when you're going to start seeing your love life shift and change. So you got a little bit of time before that happens. So focus on you, focus on loving yourself. All right. Claire, what's coming next for you in love? If you guys do want to do a in-depth singles love reading, I do have that on my website, endlessdivinetarot.com. Claire, what's next for you in love? What's happening for Claire in love? Give me 2 more shuffles. I'm hearing don't shoot the messenger. Somebody from your past is going to try to come back. Somebody that you don't want an opportunity with. They are hurt and disappointed that you did not give them a chance to get into a relationship or commitment. You know what? You need to keep moving forward. Don't take this person back. They may try to say, oh, well, I think we're supposed to be in a relationship. Don't take them back. They're an air sign. This is somebody who is doing this to feed their own ego. And I see if you hold out, there is another person that will come into alignment for you. They may have water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. When is this? This may be around, you're not going to like this, 8 months, maybe around August. This person could also have Sagittarius in their chart. So it's going to be a ways out also. I'm hearing that song. Don't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. So that might be something you need that resonates with you. Good morning, Naomi. Michelle, did I make the right decision? Was he cheating? Michelle. Let's take a look here. Michelle. Michelle. One more. He was talking to somebody else. He was talking to 2 other people. Yes, you did make the right decision. You put boundaries in place, and that's what you were supposed to do. All right. Pam, you keep asking about your daughter and the baby. I'm not going to answer that question. Sorry. It's a legal question. I don't answer legal questions. Sorry. Renee, will John and I get back together? Money, career, or love are the questions I'm answering. Money, career, or love. Renee, will John and you get back together? Let's see here. 2 more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're both holding on to each other. I'm hearing he wants to lock it down. I see there's a lot of happiness. So yes, I do see you will come back together, Renee. Stacy, did you have the death card? The death card is about something coming to an end because something else needs to emerge. It's kind of like if you think about if you plant a flower in the ground, you can't plant another flower in that same spot because that flower needs to come up and out for that new one to be planted and to regrow something else. So that's what the death card is. Death isn't like literal death. The death card is really, you have to accept a change for something else to come through. Mark, is my ex going through her karma for doing me dirty? Mark's ex. Got about 10 more minutes that I can be on here, and then I got to get out of here. 10 more minutes. So put your questions in the comments. Please like the live if you could. I would appreciate it. Mark, your ex. No, she's not. She's living her best life. She has a lot of competition around her, so she might be talking to a lot of people. That's okay, Stacy. Yeah, hopefully I explained it okay for you. But yeah, the death card is basically there's an ending, but also you guys keep in mind when I pull the cards up, use your own intuition also. You might get other messages that come through outside of what my intuition reads on it. But yeah, Stacy, it's about the death card is about allowing something to come to an end because something new needs to either be restarted or something else that needs to come through. You are welcome. Okay, Natalie, will I get back together with my ex? He's a library? You mean a Libra? And maybe you're autocorrected that. Okay, so, and you're a Sag. Your birthday's today. Happy birthday. I won't sing to you. I always sing. I can't sing, but I like to sing, but I won't sing to you, Natalie. But happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing birthday. Everybody wish Natalie a happy birthday in the comments. That's so fun. All right. Well, you and your ex get back together. Let's see if is that your birthday wish? Let's see. You got the Hierophant. So I think your intuition already knows that, yes, I think eventually you guys will come back together. I think you already knew that. Enjoy your birthday. Wayne, will Colleen and I reconcile? Wayne and Colleen, will they reconcile? Wayne and Colleen. One more. Yeah, but if you want reconciliation, you're going to have to do it. The truth is she feels there's unresolved issues on your side of the fence. So if you want her, you're going to have to be the one who's going to pursue her and resolve the issue. She's not coming towards you. What kind of card so I can look it up? The Death card, Scorpio energy. Aries Queen, I changed trucking companies. Was it a good decision? What is it a good decision to change trucking companies? I just heard 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So let's see what the cards say. Was it a good decision? You feel like you didn't listen to your intuition, that you should have went out on your own. You made a judgment call to go work for somebody else, but actually you really would have loved to work for yourself. I see you being self-employed at some point. I see you stepping into your own trucking business or industry or company. I don't see you making the decision long-term to stay where you're at. You're going to feel at a loss because your intuition maybe told you not to go work for someone else, and you should have just either stayed working for yourself, or that you should have go work for yourself. I see you eventually making that decision. I think you didn't listen to your intuition, whatever your intuition was guiding you. Okay, hopefully that helps you. Oh, you're not annoying, Pam. I appreciate it. Naomi, could I please have guidance? Okay. What is the guidance for Naomi? What is the guidance? What does she need to know? What does she need to hear that's going to serve her highest good at this time? What is the guidance for Naomi? Are you dealing with a Taurus? I'm seeing Taurus. You're in separation with somebody that's not working. This person does not understand your feelings and emotions. You are at a loss because this person, you care more about this person or this situation than they care about you, and you feel defeated. You watch this person give to other people, and they don't give to you in the way you need. You need to make a decision of what makes you happy, because staying in a situation, whether it's a friend, a family, a job, a career, being associated with people that don't see who you are is, I'm seeing the emotions being completely pulled out of your heart, and it's drying up your emotions. So I would focus on pulling back from things that are not pouring into you. It's draining. And I think that you need to focus on finding the guidance of realizing certain people are not meant for you. This could be friends, this could be family, this could be coworkers. Take it as it resonates. Hopefully that helps you. Emily, when will he come back to me? When will he come back? It's going to be at least 6 months. Could be 6 weeks, but I think 6 months. You're welcome, Tiffany. Sandra, will my ex-husband come back to me? He's a Gemini. I'm a Capricorn. Sandra and her ex-husband. 6 more minutes, guys, on the live. If you have questions, put them down. I have to go. Well, 5 more minutes now. I'm on a very limited schedule right now. Sandra, will your ex-husband come back? He's enjoying being single and independent. He wishes things would have been different, but there's a lot of issues with communication with the two of you. The only reason why he would want to come back is for financial reasons, but I don't see him returning. I see him keeping his options open. So, no. Shelly, should you stay single? Should Shelly stay single? Should Shelly stay single? One more. If you have a child, you need to focus on your child or your children. You're feeling at a loss when it comes to love. For right now, you need to be focusing on if you have children or you have friends that need you, that's where your focus is supposed to be. You are maybe trying and trying and trying when it comes to love, and it's not working, and that's because it's not meant to work right now. You feel like you're missing an opportunity, but it's not ready for you. Okay. Let's see. Is it Carol? Caryl? Carol? Sorry if I said it wrong. I'm not sure. Should I let my person go for good this time? Should you let your person go for good this time? You let your person go for good this time. You know, you both have a lot of unconditional love for each other, but you guys cannot get the communication right. Something's going on where you guys are not coming together. You're not able to emotionally connect to be able to see a future. So I feel like you're at a loss. Like you want to aggressively get this person to be on the same page as you, and I just don't see that happening. I think you need to keep your options open at this point. I think you need to keep your availability. I think you recognize that, but you keep denying that. Oh, thank you. Is it Carmela? Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it. You guys could like and comment. I would really appreciate it. Hi, Kathy. Kathy. Did I miss my question? I think you did. I think I already did yours. Let's see. I've got 2 more minutes for questions. Then I got to get out of here. Let's see. Fiona, is he committed to having a relationship with me? Fiona. Is Fiona's person committed to having a relationship with her? One more. No, he's talking to a lot of people, I got a page, a knight, a king, and a queen. So no, he's not interested in commitment. He's not looking for a relationship right now. He's interested in talking to a lot of people is what it looks like. Kathy, is he committed to me? Kathy. Is he committed to Kathy? Kathy, one more. It may surprise you to find out that he actually loves you, or he's in love with you. If he's not told you, he's conflicted on the words to actually express it. So I do see that he sees you as his person, but he doesn't know if you see him as your person. So I do see that. Yes. Let me see. Let me scroll down. You're welcome, Dana. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your brother and your mom. Marcellus, hopefully I said that correctly. Will Michelle come back to me in a relationship with me? Marcellus. Will Michelle come back to be in a relationship with Marcellus? Oh, yeah. I see. She is enjoying her independence right now. She loves you, but she feels there are a lot of unresolved issues that you are not making the decision to love her the way you need to love her. You haven't taken that opportunity. There could be a difference with friends also getting in the middle, maybe your friends or her friends. If that does get resolved, I do see her wanting to come back. I do see her wanting to persevere through those issues or those challenges. So, for example, if you talk to your friends too much and you don't talk to her enough, that could be the factor that could change that. I got one more question I'm going to do, and then I got to get out of here. One more. Who's the lucky one? All right. Louisa? Louisa? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I apologize. Will my relationship last? Louisa, will your relationship last? Yes or no? Will your relationship last? No, you know what? I think you both decide that you are better off being single and independent from each other. There's a sense of heaviness and burden that there's also a lack of accountability. There could be somebody is already keeping their options open. If that's you, or it's your person, but one of you likes attention from other people and it's being hidden right now. So I don't see that the two of you are going to stay together because of that. There could be a fight or a disagreement where one of you decides to end it because of that. Okay, I must go. But I do want to say thank you for joining my live yet again. I am going to try to do all signs every day, time permitting. With the holiday coming up this week, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow, I will be back live. I will schedule it ahead of time. I'm going to try to stick to that 12 noon Central Standard Time based on my schedule. Tomorrow will be you versus them is what we're going to do. All signs, Aries through Pisces. And then we'll do the bonus at the end, ask a question, get an answer, because you guys seem to like that. So keep liking and commenting the live. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has an amazing Monday. Happy Monday. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.